It's 8 o'clock in Berlin City, capital city of the Masshoff's Roundtable. Crash Bomb Bang, it's showtime!
Itchy, itchy, yeah, yeah, da, da.
Welcome to the Masshoff's
Roundtable.
So, our first guest of the show is a drummer extraordinary. He played with Iggy Pop and the Stooges, legendary New York band The Residents, played with Stefan Eicher. He's a true genius and a studied orchestral percussionist. Welcome, Toby Dammit!
Going to town has already been burned down.
Take a seat.
Going to a place that's already been disgraced.
1, 2, 3, 4! That was a song by Rufus Wainwright. You played on that record.
I think I remember that one.
Okay, Larry, where have you been born?
In Tennessee, in East Tennessee.
In East Tennessee, small town?
Knoxville, Tennessee, at the foot of the Appalachian Mountains.
Fine. School? How was school? Were you a good student?
Small country school. Yes, I was a good student.
Small country student.
I was a small country student, yes.
Any troubles? No.
No troubles.
No troubles. How boring, Larry.
Well, not so boring. Young age, I got involved in the music program, and I got obsessed with strange European composers and
such as,
such as let's say Berlioz, Hector Berlioz.
Okay.
And I began studying all these composers and music, and going into competitions, playing Bach and all around Tennessee. So I kind of split with the hillbillies at that part.
Oh, split with the hillbillies.
Yeah.
Your top 3 movie list?
I'm watching a lot of samurai films.
Samurai films?
Yes.
Modern?
No.
Not Jackie Chan, probably.
No, no.
Excuse me.
I mean, Bruce Lee is but I like a lot of the 50s stuff, Sword of Doom. And
so vintage is always around you. What car would you buy if you had any money?
Well, I wouldn't buy it, but I would certainly take a Ferrari if you had one.
350 GTO, 250 GTO, 1968?
Whatever the first one you show me.
Come to my house. Okay, you like vintage movies, you like vintage cars, and of course, you have a great passion for vintage gear. Every time we talk on the phone or we meet, he's like, oh, Udo, you know, I just got that 1957 26-inch scratch bass drum in mint condition. Unbelievable. It's always like that. So please point some of your highlights of your collection.
Well, I've got a lot of drum kits stacked up to the ceiling there, and you know, some broadcasters from the 40s and some kits from the 50s and 60s.
These are vintage Gretsch drums.
Yeah, I've limited myself to only Gretsch drums. I can't let it run completely out of control, but
It is out of control.
It is out of control.
If you go and borrow a tambourine from him, he's going like, okay, let's go to the tambourine department.
Yeah, the big problem is the percussion. I've got a lot of classical percussion from the early 1900s.
Including timpanis.
Timpani, grand casas, and
the tims are
vibraphone.
from?
They're Leedy from 1887.
1887.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you came from the orchestral side.
Yeah.
And finally, somehow, make your way into Iggy Pop.
Well, I became a punk rocker, you know, when
Believe it or not, he became a punk rocker.
I got really into punk rock as a teenager, and that's
It's like
so I had this dual existence of going to classical competitions with green hair and stuff like that.
Yeah, so, green hair?
Yeah. So, you know, so anyway, at a certain point, you know, I had a split in the road where I didn't really want to pursue this classical direction anymore as a profession. I wanted to be a performer, a drummer in a band. So I was doing
only
that.
works one time.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I had a band going, and that band split up at a certain point. And being stuck in Tennessee, I realized that the only way I was going to be able to move forward was probably to leave.
Yeah.
So where?
Oh, time is over. This is the end of the first part. Stay tuned for part 2.